Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here Monday, 10 a.m. It's the place to be. Shout out to the crypto lifers. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Did you work out today, or is it your morning, night? I don't know where you're starting out, but if it is your day and you've already had a day, did you work out this morning? Are you working out right now? Shout out to everybody here. I feel amazing. Today is the hardest workout I do. It's the pushes. I do the most push-ups, the most everything. My goodness, I feel absolutely winded, but I feel absolutely beautiful. It pushes me right into the live stream, and I'm ready to knock it out the park. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. May God bless each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time, baby. Let's go. I am thirstier than thou, man. Oof. I am so thirsty. It is ridiculous. And let's pop out that chat. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. God bless each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Get back to the music, too, as I love to have that music playing in the background. And my aunt has passed. It's crazy. You know, in my wife's religion, the Muslim religion, you got to bury someone immediately. But my aunt's passed. It's taken about almost 2 weeks since her passing. This Friday will be her ceremony. But I got family coming for the next week and a half, and they're going to be all around the house. It's going to be a little harder for me to get things, you know, to do recordings later on in the afternoon and stuff, but we'll see what happens. Shout out to, it doesn't mean anything for me. I can still do whatever I need to do, but I just may not be able to do some interviews and stuff like that in the next week, but we'll get through it. We will get through it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I realized I didn't put this out to Twitter and to the Discord, so let me post this to Twitter and the Discord and just get it running here. How's everybody doing? How was your night? Bang, bang, bang. If you watched the live stream last night, I went over exactly how to short Bitcoin. It did exactly like we talked about. I don't know how many times I've said this in a row, but it just, price action's confusing, but it's not that confusing. You know what I mean? So, and we're going to talk about FTX today. And if it, you know, we're going to show you how much is going to get liquidated, how much they got, but we're also going to give you some backstory into what's really going down, all right? And Bitcoin taking a nasty dump to the downside, and you can see the 15-minute got what's called overbought. I didn't get a chance to see it, but see how it started to curve above the dotted line? When you don't get above a previous high and you make an M pattern, you short the M. I was working out. Otherwise, I would have mitigated. I'm pretty sure I would have given you the short. I did say, hey, watch the 15-minute for a bump out. We were here. It did break out. It got to a high. But look, it then came down, closed the candle. When the Stokes turned on you, they told you to short the market, and you were below the what? The POC. And wow, I wish I had called the short because I would have been able to call it so neatly. But if you trade my trading style, it says, and I go over this all the time. All the time I go over this. And can someone just at least attest that I go over this all the time? But I talk about the fact that if you make a high, you come down on the Stokes and they reset. You come back to make another high and you don't get above the high, you're likely going to fall further to the downside. 25,200 for Bitcoin on our further down. Also, I've been calling this as a descending triangle, and I've been saying to short the market since last night, really. And last night I said I would short the market. I said, wait for so last night, this is where we were last night. And we could go play the replay too. But I said, wait for the 15-minute to come up. And if the 15-minute curls and you make an M here, I said short that point of control. I said it's very simple. And that would be a beautiful entry for the short to the downside. And we hit it. It was like 2 in the morning, but we hit it. And we couldn't get above the high. And that's you open the short and then you're paid. And I told my whole crew, this is a descending triangle. And I have it drawn here. And I even have the short still here. And I even said, stay short. There's no reason to be long. If you can't get above 25,000, you know what I mean? No reason to be long. Dang it. Sorry about this. Forget the button at the last minute. I get excited. Anyway, so Bitcoin getting a dump to the downside. So here's the deal. Anyway, let me replay this. Last night, you're watching the live stream. I just want to replay it because it's so peaceful and so beautiful. I just did this workout. It blew my mind. It'll blow your mind. jump on into this workout and follow this guy. He's unbelievable. He deserves a follow and a like. So I'm going to use my time to talk about this dude. We are live now here on YouTube. Had you watched the live stream last night, you would be in the money. No need for anything else but to get paid, baby. But to get paid. All right. But, yeah, I wanted to pop out there. I'm like, what am I doing? I want to pop out the chat. Who's running tech? It's me. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the chat, everybody here. You should subscribe to him in that case. Shout out to everybody here in Bang, Bang, Bang. Yeah, I usually don't subscribe. There you go. Subscribe. 3.8 million. There he goes. Okay. Sorry, keeping it dry. Got to keep it moving, Sammy. Got to keep it moving. That's the key. But here, I do this workout every Monday. You should do it with me every single Monday. Shout out to the 457 people on the live. So I've been short for Bitcoin since last night. All right. I was going to find my Bitcoin update from last night. Sometimes my team takes it out on the X, on x.com. Let's see here. Yeah, this was last night.
Wait for the M pattern and the confirmation. The price
Here you go.
Pretty
Here you go. Ready?
Break this.
Watch this.
Do a bearish retest, or we come.
Watch this. Hold on, why is it, I'm having technical difficulties today with my brain, obviously. All right, here we go. Why is this not doing the audio, though? There we go. Don't you on, baby, don't you on. It's all gonna be fine. All right, here. How come this won't play audio?
So we can be part of the squeeze. We don't enter the short until we break this level and do a bearish retest, or we come up and make the M. We don't enter the short now because we could be part of the squeeze. We don't want to be part of the squeeze, so we wait.
Basically, you're waiting for the 15-minute to come up, hit this right level, open the short to the downside. It was like such a textbook short.
And the confirmation. The price.
I can't even believe how, like, I'm not going to say easy because I don't like the word easy, but it was the most simple way to make money trading Bitcoin. Like, so simple. So we gave it last night. All you had to do was watch the live and trade with stochastics RSI and support and resistance. It's not that hard, okay? And then this is a descending triangle. Descending triangles break to the downside 90% of the time. Where's the descending triangle? Let me show it off to you. Let me point it out. The descending triangle is here, okay? You're going here with a flatter bottom, all right? And you can see my line here. And you can see I don't have a long open. I'm not long. I'm calling shorts to the downside here for Bitcoin. My target is 25.94. We went to 25.232. And this may not be done yet. Now you're looking for the bearish retest, right? Also, we were at the top of the range. We were likely going to come here somewhere to the bottom of the range. We've gone over this many, many times as well. So descending triangle to the downside, I was able to find it. It could have been a falling wedge inside, but I still saw it as a descending triangle. It dropped to the downside. Shout out to anyone that caught that gain with me and were able to figure out how to make gains trading Bitcoin to the downside. This is beautiful moves. This is what you do. You don't force it. You don't go on emotions. You trade with exactly what the market gives you and take it. You know what I mean? So this was textbook trading. All you had to do was know your support or resistance, and if you couldn't get above a certain area, you were going to likely go to the downside, okay? Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't do anything crazy. Now it is False Move Monday. Do we get a crazy move right back to the upside? There's a chance we do. Let's talk about it and break it down. Beautiful M to the downside. And all you trade M's. M's break down 68% of the time. You're going to have such a likely, and you're just shorting resistance. It's so beautiful. All right. So let's take a look here now. Smaller time frame to see what's going on. Hey, don't do that. No. No barks. No barks. Please. Smaller time frames to see what's going on here. All right. Now, could we get a V-shaped recovery? I mean, it is Monday. There's a chance we get a move back to the upside here. The 5-minute does want to break back to the upside. Are we getting any substantial divergence? Let me take a look at the 1 minute. Slap on the moving averages. We got to be away from the 21. and we have to have a bullish divergence. And there was likely a liquidation. We're going to bring out BOOKMAP in a second and show you those liquidations as well. Right here, we have a slight divergence there. It's not as strong as you'd like it to be. Kind of a shoulder, head and a right shoulder. Making somewhat of a bear, basically a symmetrical triangle that could break up or down either way as we get tighter in the zone here. So you can watch this on the 1 minute. Honestly, the move was there. I believe would be taking profits. But look, this 1 minute looks to roll over to the downside. This looks like we may go further down so we get a better divergence here. You're looking for a stronger divergence on the 1 minute time frame. So this is likely to head lower. Let's jump on out, look at the NQ, and see if the NQ is following, or are we doing something different for the NQ? Look at the NQ here on the daily. First off, it's getting a bit overbought. It could have a little more gas in the tank. And, there's some there, you could see it here as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder that could seriously break further to the downside and tussle with this 21-day moving average. If we can get a break up here and then start a consolidation. So I'm looking for both ideas here. But if you break down and do the bearish retest, it's likely you're getting that move down of the head and shoulder pattern. All right. You are above a POC, which is a point of control, this red line here at 1593, but that must hold, okay? And you could almost be double topping here too on the daily. So watching this closely for some bearish tones on the NASDAQ. I have a bigger consolidation, which says, hey, maybe there's a chance that we go further down to the bottom of the pattern, come back up and go up or down, okay? And that's also something on the radar. Go back to the 4-hour and to the 1-hour time frame. And let's see what we're seeing here. The 1 hour, facing further to the downside here, wanted to come back down. Not a lot of momentum to the upside. Is there a bearish div on the 1 hour too as well? It looks like there actually is slightly right there. And even here, the swings down. Well, that does swing up. So you're getting some bearish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. You're possibly making a head and shoulder pattern, and you are at a somewhat of a resistance here because this was a previous resistance here for the NASDAQ. And you've also bounced off the zone. 1, 2, resistance, resistance, resistance. Do we get a bigger move? For the degens trading the smaller time frames, are you going to get a nice push? Let's take a look at the 1 minute for you. You got your divergence, all right? To me, you went well through the 786, right? But there's a chance, you might have had one push here. That could have been the trade right there. Boom, you're out. You know what I mean? Might have been another one there. After that, you might want to wait out Monday. But there's a nice divergence here. All right? And my old trick is that this will eventually hit the 21 moving average. The 200 SMA. Gap up here, too, in the smaller time frame. So the chance you could tussle with some quick little scalps in the smaller time frame. Well, right now, you're a little overbought. I am watching my neighbor's dog, so we're getting it used to it. It's only the first week. It's a beautiful golden. I've shown her off before. I'm not going to show you off. Don't worry. Every time I say that, she walks away. She's like, he's going to pick me up again. She didn't like the picking up. She doesn't mind it. She doesn't do anything, but she doesn't like it. I'm looking at JOYSTREAM as a possible little, something to pick up here on the low if we get a pullback. I am looking at the 22-hour for a possible head and shoulder pattern. You see this? Shoulder, head, shoulder. That could dump us to the downside and give us some, some lower prices here. But if this can hold, the 4-hour says we're very oversold. The 1 hour also trying to, attempting to give us a bit of a move. So I'm watching this closely to see if it can get at least a pop and start to kind of, if it can consolidate, it can defy that right shoulder. So it's worth watching for the afternoon. If it falls down, then it's worth picking up. If it consolidates, then it's worth swing trading. So I like this, and it's kind of a decentralized YouTube type of thing. Definitely something to watch on the radar. All right. Definitely something to pay attention to. Something I've been watching for a while and that I'll be focused on as well. So shout out to everybody in the chat for telling me that I didn't have the right thing on screen. God bless you all. I feel panic. This is a panic. Sam dog sitting is a Doge buy signal. You're funny. No signals. I'm just a man giving education. The crypto woof woof. How long have you had a dog? I haven't had a dog long. I'm just dog sitting for my neighbor who lives across the street. And everyone, if you want to join the trading group and be privy to the gains we made this weekend, shorting Acro and many other things that the elite and I have put out. Also, you learn how to trade Bitcoin, get updates at the right time. Bang, bang, bang. Let's take a look at High Finance, right? Which is HIFI, USDT. There's the perp there too. And we have HIFI Finance, which has been hot. It's been hot. I put it in this little flag. It seemed to have pumped up to the flag here, almost to the target, to 64 cents. HIFI. We talked about this because it's been on Token Metrics. It was on our radar, okay? I think I just put this out before it had even kind of made this, right? Just to see what would happen. This was something, remember, I had projected this like before it even made it, before it even did this when we were high. Hit this area, pump to the upside. Let's take a look. Does HIFI have more in the pants? Let's take a look. I did say in the pants. Just trying to make you laugh. You never know when I'm going to make you laugh. Shout out to Jason Simmons. Welcome to becoming an exclusive lifer. We appreciate you and we love you. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live. So moving forward, right? Could we make some type of consolidative move here? To me, I mean, it's starting to make it's starting to get a little extended. Slight bearish div. We could go up one more and possibly get one more pump here. To me, this is a bit of a flag with a possible pump, but you're just starting to get pretty extended to the upside, something you just kind of want to pay attention to. All right. Best comedy of the game. Shout out to Lifer Adam. Yeah. Hey, I get no respect. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my wife, she said, how come you don't take me no place I never been? Huh? So I took her to the kitchen. Hey. Hey, I was born so ugly when I came out, the doctor slapped my mother. Oh, Jesus. He said he used to go. Some of the things I can't say because they're not kosher, but he used to say some funny things, man. CME one day, 200 SMA might get a bounce here to the upside. The markets have burned down. Look around. The whole crypto market is getting wrecked. My man, TA on HIFI. So HIFI could continue to the upside here. Look, you got a low, you got a high, you got a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. That's an uptrend. If you were to break this low, fine, but you're starting to still consolidate tightly on the 4-hour time frame. There's a chance this thing could continue to pump to the upside here, even on just a little bit of a quick move here. So watch HIFI. It's been hot. It's the only thing that's really been hot. And I wouldn't be surprised on MEXC here if it did get a bit of a pump. 1 hour and 4 hour look interesting to me for HIFI. Then it could double top. Might be time to short it at one point. HIFI. Who's been shorting since 28K, baby. Shout out to my man. BLZ, please. We're looking for the short, but this thing just wants to pump. I even got burned twice with it, going the opposite direction to Bitcoin. I know, it's been crazy. Shout out to Sniper Paul for the $4.99. God bless you. And that's 4 super chats in a row. We got you. Sniper Paul will do that immediately for you. Last night it did take us a while. No, and BLZ got me too, man. 15. Because, you had this weird bearish divergence right here. And you did drop to the downside. And then, boom, with a big move. And look at the price action. It's very strange. It's just weird, Let's try to, let's attempt to dissect it properly here and see what is going on. Let's take a look at a 3-day chart. Let's take away the moving averages. And let's see what we see here for BLZ. First thing I'm looking at immediately is this resistance point right here. And, all right, so I got my value area high, low, and, kind of a fair value. You got a P2C that you bounced above right at about 8.5 cents. So now we can kind of get a picture of where we stand. We had a falling wedge that broke on out. Boom. And price action has been very strange. It has, however, been holding this trend line, and I guess you could say it flagged out and then broke out of the flag. Interesting. I see a bearish divergence beginning to form on the daily. I see a MACD getting very extended, and I see an RSI with bearish divergence on the indicator itself. We got a huge pump further up. We did get above a previous resistance, so now you're looking for this. Does the BLZ come back down and bounce here? It's funny. This is a coin I found back in 2019 in the summer. Used to look at it all the time. Had something to do with Sony at one point. I was all hyped about it. I remember BLZ, man, back in the day. 2020, it was just 2 cents. It's actually holding gains from when I first found this thing. And how far did it go all the way up eventually in that bull market? When I first found this thing, it was not even a penny, really. 65 cents. Yeah, it did. I mean, if you see it here, look, it went from basically a penny and 8, basically did a 30x, a little over a 30x. I mean, unbelievable. To 65 cents. About a 40x almost, really. So BLZ, 3-day looks like, hey, it's going to dump. And honestly, it's so far from the 21 SMA. So to me, I'm like, I mean, the 3-day is going to have to reset eventually to the 21 SMA. The daily still has legs in it. It says it could continue to pump to the upside. The 4 hour is extremely overbought. So it's that old scenario where I just flag it out, like look for the 1 hour to flag. Because the daily looks interesting, this thing could flag and continue to the upside. So I just watch it and wait for the daily to get extended. Once the daily gets extended, the short will have to come into play at one point. Like, it can't go up forever. We'll be able to short it at one point, you know. But these small time frames are flagging out. The 21's coming into contact on the 15. So, and the measured move would take you somewhere to 18 cents if BLZ continued. So there's no reason why it may not, because the daily does have a little more legs. So we'll give the daily its room, and then it's got to come back to roast. Anyone here from Florida, Spring Hill area or close to that would like to get together? I'm struggling. Would like to learn from the lifer with another lifer if possible. Thank you all. If anyone is out there in Spring Hill and wants to help out Jay Soul, let us know. Be good though, Jay Soul. Redacted theme music, right? Good luck, Jay Soul. Stay strong. Don't give up, homie. Pensacola, Florida here. Wick 58. And this song is called Flight Mode by Maywan. Like this track. Thank you, Lifer, for that. Shout out to Jay Soul. We love you, 84. You know, I was down and out. Alone. I worked a night shift. Most of my days were spent by myself while everyone is at work. Everyone I knew was, you know, extending their careers. And I was on a night shift that really wasn't getting me too far. You know, and 2 years went by, 3 years went by. And I stayed inside the zone, just studying my crypto and doing my thing. And lo and behold, you know, I didn't know, but that took care of me. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. Back then, it was just a hobby. I was sitting there. So this is another descending triangle, and that's an M pattern, and Bitcoin just got rejected again by 25,435. I would, you know, look for this to continue to the downside. No really strong divergence, too, that's really calling my name out like we usually see. This looks like it's going to continue to dump here. Take a short light down to 25,000. Also, the liquidity for BOOKMAP has been suggesting that we go further down, right? I never called no long. I haven't been long for a while now. Ever since we lost 25.9, it's been so likely to take a short to the downside for Bitcoin. Okay. So, I mean, you could say, hey, this is exaggerated bullish div now. You're starting to get flat, and this is moving to the upside. So you got some exaggerated bullish div, I guess. You know what I mean? You could call it, but it's not amazing by any stretch of the imagination, right? And Bitcoin struggling 25,300 now to the downside here. And this is why you use small time frames. They'll give you the clues. Like, that's an M. You're not resistance. It's not an inverted head and shoulder. That's a bearish pattern to the downside. That is likely to dump. Okay? Look at and then you got this big bar here, 24.8. Says that it's coming down on us. All right? You could wait for the 1 minute to come back up again. Possibly make some type of retracement to the top of the pattern. Right? So you're looking for something like, you know, come up a little bit more and then just boom, right? But once it lets go of that 310 area, 300, it's likely going to drop. Boom, right? It could even just start to drop now. Bear City for Bitcoin, 291. Here we go. Descending triangles like to dump. That's a descending triangle. They dump so fast and furious, and they make money to the downside, baby. All right. Shout out to Seize the Day. Shout out to Crypto Surfers. Shout out to After Hours Investing. Only rookies are scared. Sees you got this, man. Shout out to Tony, legend, baby. Shout out to Paul Nose. Shout out to Wick58. Shout out to everybody here on the live, handling the dumb peasies. And is this the FTX sell-off? No, it's not. I actually wanted to address the sell-off today and talk about how it's likely not going to cause too much pain. To me, this is just technical analysis playing out the way it was supposed to play out. Look for the 1 minute to come back up to the upside, get rejected by this trend. If the 1 minute can break back above here, then you're going to the 21 and we get some type of reset. But the 1 minute right now is going to tell us whether this is going to continue to the upside or not. Small time frames give you the scenarios when price action's moving fast. But this is very likely to dump. There's just such a high probability based on what we're looking at here. It's a small version of what we just saw to the downside. You know, the descending triangle that I called out last night on the channel. Okay? And I'm telling you, if you give your mind enough TA, your mind will see the TA. You'll be able to see things before they happen. I'm literally all day in the Discord. I just think I learned differently. But may need to be handheld. This was hard to say being a 39-year-old man. J-So, it's okay, man. It took me a while to understand this, a long time. All you have to do is dissect it slowly. Like one day, study divergences. Then another day, study this. And then say, and then you have to write out a plan. Say, I'm going to short divergences. You know what I mean? Say, I'm going to short divergences. Bearish divergences. Find them and then use a demo account for 3 weeks. Find bearish divergences and short them. You know what I mean? Write down how many you shorted, how many you won, and how many you lost. And then have a plan. Like, it's not that hard. It's the discipline. It's the discipline. It's just the discipline. You can sit in the Discord all you want. Like, here's the deal. You can sit on the beach and watch surfers all day long. But if you don't watch them, look at that. There's the drop to the downside. I told you it was coming. There we go, baby. How do I know this? Every time you see me on the channel, honestly, descending triangles break to the downside. All you have, I give you guys this divergence cheat sheet, and I give you guys a pattern sheet, and I explain exactly what's going to happen before it happens, and it happens right here on the channel in front of you all the time. All the time. And remember, and then I'm learning that shorts go quick, and they wick it back up. But you get paid if you move that stop loss to break even, or you just chill, and it's a Monday too, but this is just likely to continue. Look, we basically almost hit my target at 25,131. And there's your liquidation right there. And now we got BOOKMAP to verify the liquidations. And this is BOOKMAP link in the description below. And it shows us what actually happened. It shows us who got liquidated, the accounts. It shows us the areas the liquidations occurred. We can actually see it. We knew it was coming because we saw the liquidity before it even happened. I told you this was going to happen before it happened. All right. And you're like, well, how does Sam say he doesn't know anything but the fact of his own ignorance, but every day he's able to predict Bitcoin pretty much to a 90% accuracy? Because the charts tell you what's going to happen if you listen to them. Simple. Support or resistance was lost. That's a descending triangle. We dropped to the downside. Yes, it was a quick move. That's a false move. That's Monday. Be careful. Or any trading day, really, too. Okay? But this is, you got to wake up. Now you have a bullish divergence on the weekly, and you're oversold. I mean, on the 1 hour, 1 minute, and you're oversold. There's a chance you get a bounce, and now you've turned the descending triangle into a falling wedge. Okay, so now the stakes have changed a little bit, but now you still have this as the measured move because you take the base of this. All right, if you break down, and that's going to take you down to 24,941. We didn't hit that bigger level of liquidity right here that says 24,900, 24,800 is going to be eaten. There's really not a lot of buys up in here. It's still the shorts. There's not a lot of sells up here. There's still a lot of buys down here. It tells us that Bitcoin's still likely to go further to the downside, right? And now you're just seeing if Bitcoin gets rejected by what? This POC. So what you want to see is the stochastics come up, and the stochastics help you time out the move. Dipping toes a small amount, and percentage goes a little further. Yep. Can you look at ETH? I think 25K is a strong psychological level. I don't think you don't want to think much, man. You just want to take it one step at a time, And you keep this in your mind that we could be bearishly retesting that flat zone here. But what a beautiful call, the descending triangle before it happened, and we nailed it. Shout out to anyone that watched that happen. It's Monday, and I already made you a call. I showed you how to trade it last night exactly to the downside. That trade's still valid. Then you'd be even more paid now. And then I showed you how to enter the trade today if you wanted to, based on the descending triangle, right? I mean, this doesn't get any better, any sweeter, any hotter, any more beautiful. This is trading 101, textbook trading. We're running clinics here every single day, right? And you can take any style you want, but I'm telling you, man, had you listened to us, you've been in big money getting paid. So shout out to Dizzy Dia. Shout out to Michael Cash. Shout out to Jose Barron. Yeah. And last night we did the weekly screen share. It felt like that, but at the weekly candle close, he's asking about the bigger time frames. You can go to you can go over there. We're going to also look at the 3-day chart and see if we've negated now the hidden bullish divergence. We're going to look at all that, and we're going to break it down. All right. And in the dump, too, I like to go to CoinMarketCap. And for me personally, for things to line up, we need more fear. And to get more fear, we need lower prices. So for things to line up, we got to get down into the 20s, 30s. And so we got to get Bitcoin lower, in my humble opinion, because we got to get into the shaded region. If we don't get to the shaded region, then it doesn't make sense for a load up for Bitcoin at these areas. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Just because my trading style is about accumulating at certain levels, and we just haven't hit those levels. Shout out to everybody here on the channel. Had you been in the trading group, again, you would be making money today. There's opportunity every single day in the market if you let the opportunity come to you. If you fight the opportunity, you don't believe in it, it's not happening. Okay? And there's that beautiful short to the downside. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. All right? And there we go. It's about to hit my target. And you're like, how does this man do this every single day on the channel live? How does he put his name out there and say, hey, this is what's going to happen? It happens. And he doesn't look like a clown. How? How does he do it? It's just the technical. We see this. Honestly, we watch the same thing happen daily around the same time period too. Don't you notice we get big movement between 10:30 and 10:45 on my channel? Because we study time, right? So there's your major divergence now on the 1 minute. All right. And at this point, you're moving the stop loss into break even, or at least into profits, or you're taking some profit. Don't be greedy. Beautiful trade to the downside for Bitcoin. And that was just Chow Bela, like, hello, beautiful. And to me, I believe we're likely going to hit my target. Come on down, baby. And there we go. Target about to be hit. Engagement, 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 engagement. Let's get the engagement there. And I mean, that's basically target hit. Bang, 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 bang. Shout out to anyone that played the game, came to the live stream, and got paid. And again, we don't pump and dump. This is Bitcoin. I can't move the price of Bitcoin. This is technical analysis showing you exactly how to trade. So it doesn't matter what the market does. We can short Bitcoin to the downside and make serious gains. Look, that is a beautiful gain. A beautiful gain. Look at that. I mean, that is just absolutely gorgeous. We drew it for you. Stop loss on the other side of this channel. It was a beautiful trade. One of the most simple trades I've ever seen in my life play out. They got you a little bit up in here, but as long as you maintained, that trade played out nicely. Unbelievable. Double bottom on the Stokes now. Extreme divergence. You should get the bounce now back to the 200 SMA. Now, this is what they usually do. They eventually bring price back up. Maybe, they'll take their time. Back to this 200 SMA. Somewhere in here, you're likely to be able to play along now all the way back up. I would close the short at this point and call it a day. Thank you for playing, everybody. I'm going to leave for the day. You made money. I did what I had to do. I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. God bless you, and I'll see you on another. No, I'm just joking around. But I'm just saying, we do this here. If you're new to the channel, I see 700 people here. I know there's new people here on the channel that have never been here before. I trade Bitcoin every single day. I come live, all right, and I teach you how to do this. I teach you how to do this. Oh, this is getting nasty. Nice liquidations here. And BOOKMAP tells us exactly where price is going. If you open up a short in the direction BOOKMAP goes, you'll get paid. It's very simple, over and over and over again. And my job is to keep people educated and to help us battle the market makers, right? Look at all these people that just got liquidated. If they were watching my channel, they would not have been liquidated because they would have been seeing the descending triangle. And honestly, all you had to know was what a descending triangle was, what the VRVP was, lost the point of control. But literally, all you had to know was a descending triangle and the measured move. How does it always go right to simply where I put it in my measured move? Because the measured move is so accurate. And if you learn your measured moves from me, you will be amazing. Other people do them differently, but my measured moves are just spot on, man. We nail it. Bitcoin is likely to come back up to the 200 SMA now. This is just what it does. It doesn't have to happen. We could be super bearish. And now you have a beautiful resistance for Bitcoin. You know, to watch, not a beautiful, it's not good, but now you have resistance for Bitcoin at about the POC 25,330 and 25,270. All right. Accurate call as usual, Sam. We banged on him again. How do you think the best trader hands down I've seen every day for the past month or so? Amen. Shout out to Manas Druha. How accurate am I trading Bitcoin? Like, how accurate are these calls? When you show up to the live and I call a short or long and I put my name out there, I say, hey, I'm going to call long. I call a short here. How accurate have I been in the last, since you've watched me? Just want to take a poll of you guys, Gains on gains, Kochi Coker with the target. How accurate has it been, baby? Anywhere I can learn to get started, jump into my trading group today, man. We will help you. I teach a beginner's course the last Saturday of every month. Link in the description below. It is $100 if you're not in the trading group, $60 if you're in the trading group. That is the best place, I believe, to begin. I start off with what a candle is, support or resistance, and I'm telling you, I take you right in all the way. All the way, baby. You know what I mean? All the way. Your TA is on point as your attire, man. Shout out to London, the Prairie, man. Thank you. Amen. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Yeah. And again, this should bounce all the way back up to the 200 SMA. You should long now. Like, whenever I see the divergence on the one and we get pulled from this, now it could slip and fall. We'll see. But they have this algorithm that usually likes to bring you back up to the 200 SMA, even if you're bearish. That was the liquidation. That's kind of what we saw. You're looking for this now on the one every time. I'm teaching my students this every day. Okay? And if you took money at that wick, wow, 25,000. Wow. Nice work. I did 95% 50x on that Bitcoin drop. God bless you, brother. Shout out 100x short Bitcoin to become really rich. Missed the dump, riding the long now. Real traders are always in. I'm down on my Bitcoin, but I'll never sell. Do you hold Bitcoin long term? I do. A lot of it. Stay with lifers, Jay. 225% on that drop, my man. Bang, 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 baby. Bang, bang, bang. Thanks for playing, baby. Right? Can we have a moment of silence for the innocent souls lost on 9/11? Yep. Amen. And I was going to do that. You stole my thunder, but I got it. I will do it now, man. I was in New York City. Let's go to my tweet here and talk about it. We'll read what you said too as well. I swear I put a 9/11 tweet out. Now I don't see it. It's weird. Okay, yeah. A moment of silence on 9/11 for all the victims and fallen heroes. I was in NYC when it happened, and I will never forget. Crypto Fever. Can we have a moment of silence for all the innocent souls lost on 9/11 and all the service members who lost their lives in the wars that have followed? RIP to everyone who paid that ultimate sacrifice. And all the service members that lost their lives even before that, really. I feel like 9/11 is a time of just all people that have given up their life for someone else. People that have just used love. And to me, that's love. That's the definition of love, giving a piece of who you are away and losing everything you have for someone else. Let's all stay here for this moment of silence on 9/11. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given us. We don't know why you take such beautiful people from our lives, but may we learn so much from them and what they've done for us and their sacrifice, and may it help us to do that for others. Amen. And 9/11 hit me hard, man, and I used to go down there and look at all the stories and read about everything, and it hit me hard. It really did. It hit me really, really hard. So shout out to anyone that was affected. Shout out to anyone that lived in New York like I did at the time. It hit everybody hard, but even being down in New York City, seeing the smoke coming through, I was in Queens, but a week later we could see the smoke pour out, and it was just, wow. Powerful time to be alive. I'll never forget it. Opened up my eyes, honestly. Without 9/11, I never would have found Bitcoin, because that kind of got me on deep dives on the internet, made me realize that I was kind of a sheep and I wasn't paying attention to things, and I needed to kind of be more aware, on many different reasons. You could make your own assumptions as to what I'm talking about, but there's also some things that maybe you don't realize, just on a generalized basis, just kind of looking around, paying attention. So it changed the whole way I looked at the world and the way I looked at life, right? So these divergences tend to break you back up, and then you tend to get above the 21. You just tend to slowly, grind your way back up to the 200 SMA moving average, even if you are bearish. We'll see. It doesn't have to happen every time, but it's likely that is the time to long right here. You know what I mean? And I believe that would probably be the money printer 786 fib level. It's the same. It should be the same concept, because that's the liquidation level, right? So here we go. We're back at it again. Seems like deja vu a lot for Bitcoin, right? Liquidations, and here we go. Still a lot of liquidity down at 24,008. It's like we didn't eat enough, you know what I mean? And there's just way more, it just suggests that we do go further down. Now they want 24.4 and 24.2, so it is likely we're going to start coming further to the downside. What level for Bitcoin concerns you? No level really concerns me. I get excited for low prices. I want to make a pretty good purchase of Bitcoin, so if it went down to 20K, it would be a lot better. I'd get 5 instead of 4, right? So, yeah. I wish I understand the chart like you. I have a picture memory so highly likely to happen. Hey, then just keep grinding, man. My wife and Char are near the Ukrainian border, and have peace and love and willpower in your heart and soul. Love one another and help heal the planet. God bless Creative Crypto, man. Thank you for saying that. We will pray for them and hope everything's okay. Further down, 10K incoming. We do it one step at a time here, right? We don't draw conclusions. We don't bug out. We don't panic, buy or sell. We take deep breaths and we take it one step at a time, right? So I believe we were using the Kraken US dollar the other day on the weekly. So let's talk about it. If we lose 25,500, which we already did, basically, we're likely to test 24.4. So to me, 24.4 is next on the table and likely to come, because we're dropping pretty hard, right? We lose 24.4, it's 21.9. We lose 21.9, the POC here at 20,000, and a little level at 28, and then even 18K and 19,000, right? Huge level of liquidity here. To get through this whole area back down to 15,000, we'd have to, I believe, have some pretty big bearish news, but anything could happen. Do we make a lower low? I'm open-minded. Anything is humanly possible. You remember, before this even went down, before we even made this right shoulder, right? We were projecting the fact that we could be making a right shoulder here, because we're projectors, and I'm always trying to keep you ahead of the class. And I said, there's a chance you make a right shoulder here and we break to the downside. You have to be open-minded to that. We even got a bearish div, so it all began to kind of play out as suggested there. And my 2-week chart, which is like my go-to chart, was overbought and said that we needed to retrace and got too far away from the 21-day moving average. It's now at the 21. Usually it drops to the 200 SMA. So to me, it's saying to me that the two-week is going to have to, usually once you breach the 21, you kiss the 200 SMA. That's that, boom. It's telling me you're likely to get a fall further into these areas, somewhere at 21, 22. I wouldn't be surprised if we test 18 or 19,000. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised. It just makes It makes sense to me. So these are your bigger areas. And again, is this the FTX sell-off? Is that what's happening? Let's break that down and talk about it. All right. So FTX to receive approval to liquidate $1.8 billion worth of these crypto assets. How could it affect coin prices? Well, they have 685 million sold. FTT, BTC, 268 million. ETH, App, Doge, Matic, Bit. They even have TON, which is interesting, and XRP. Okay. Thank gosh they have Lexars. No, it's funny. They have less of your. If you have more XRP, you're happy, right? No, I'm just joking. But subsequent to FTX, a former prominent cryptocurrency exchange filing for bankruptcy in November of the previous year. Remember, my trading group doubled from, we doubled in size from 400 to 800 traders when we went down from 69,000 all the way to 15, right? Because we taught people how to trade. We taught people how to take advantage of the market either way. And honestly, we all had a plan for DCAing long term too. And so it wasn't just like, oh, we weren't just doing, things made sense. And you can learn at any time. And honestly, 2 years from now, so look, this looks like it's going to dump and continue to dump to the downside. That 1 hour wants to take you further down, right? Look, you're about to crash. And you got that liquidity further down, really wanted to take you there. And this is like a bear flag. So it just says to me that you're likely to kind of continue here. It is a strong divergence, but you've now hit a previous balance of resistance here. And, it says to me the Bitcoin's likely to go further to the downside. Okay. The trading group is a monthly payment of $99 a month, but we also give you a deal of $270, $330, which gives you my class that I teach, which I suggest you just take my class no matter how many years you've been trading, because there's no way you trade exactly like me. And I have some key tips, tricks, and things that'll just blow your mind, I think, and get you to another level. I can get I've taken people that have never traded before in 9 months. They're passing evals, they're doing all sorts of stuff. I've taken people that have never traded before, and they've just done amazing things. So the proof is in the pudding with all my interactions with everyone I've ever met, and everyone that meets me and jumps into my group and takes my teachings and interacts with me. They gain a lot of knowledge, a lot of energy, positivity, discipline. And they realize how much it takes to kind of go all the way, baby. And I'm here for each and every one of you every single day. We're not playing games. So, yeah. I don't know why. I just was insecure about my outfit for a second. I don't know why. What was going on there? And I work out every day. I keep myself in good shape. I care about each and every one of you, so I don't go out drinking. I don't do silly things. Like, I love myself. I want you to love yourself. I know that if you don't love yourself, it's hard to love others. Okay, so yeah, and this is likely to drop further down here to the downside. Measured move would take us to 24,844, and this is the channel to be when there's a dump. Tell your friends. Like, everyone else will just be like, oh, they'll just freak you out and panic sell you and make you freak. We're going to give you the actual information. We're going to give you the now here, if we can hold this higher low, then we're going to go to that 200 SMA. We need this higher low now. We need to begin the new trend. Then if you break the higher high, you can open up. Basically, if you break this high, you can open up the next low. You should always be ahead of yourself in the trend, meaning if this can stay above that high and go here, then the next time it makes a higher low, I'm in. You get it? But the Stokes curving down tell me a story of down movement. Okay? And there you are at 25,071 as Bitcoin continues to drop to the downside. And if you're just jumping in to the channel, last night I posted a short. I live stream every single day. And what's cool about it is I live stream Sunday night, like 8 to 10. And then I'm back by 10 a.m. the next day, 12 hours later. And I pick up right from where I left off. So you can see if I'm full of old shoes or not. You can see if my trading styles work out. You can back test what I'm saying. You can see, look, I just said this is likely to continue to drop. You're at 20,067, right? So we're watching the we're watching this flag. This is a bear flag. I could likely continue to dump here. You gotta stay above these wicks. And BOOKMAP gave us BOOKMAP told us there was liquidity to the downside and we should have taken a shot. So scared money don't make money. Okay. Yeah. I missed the trade. Do not FOMO. You are shorting the bottom. Yeah, once the divergence sets in here and we get that higher low, that's a double bottom now. And what's crazy is it's hard to see. It's kind of like see shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. Now the algorithm, which is crazy, tells you to long right now back to the 200 SMA. It makes no sense. It's insane, but you can't use emotions and logical thought. You have to just go with what price tells you to do. You are making the higher low, double bottom, but it's slight higher low. As long as that can hold a higher low, it can play out in the algorithm. And nothing is guaranteed. They want people to short right now so bad for the squeeze. ETH, Litecoin, crypto, and silver. I'm short from 31K. How many programs do you buy into when starting trading? I know BOOKMAP looks pretty nice. I mean, I didn't use BOOKMAP for years. I just used TradingView. And then eventually I did get an automated service that gave me API access to my trading accounts. I use right now we use AltTradey. All right. Can this double bottom play out, or are we going to get rejected? It could be a bearish retest. Like you fell out, you bearishly retested. We got a divergence here on my indicator telling us that we're going to get the bounce. And you're hugging a POC. Basically, you got to stay now above 25,100 as we fall below it, right, immediately. And look, that could be a bearish retest. You tried to get back in, you couldn't. But see, the RSI is starting to round out and then give you that uptick. This can get boring, but GFAL on my radar. I got an alert there. If that keeps getting tight, something to watch closely. Doesn't seem to care what Bitcoin's doing regardless, right? So just something that you might want to kind of keep on the radar is that. Let's look at DXY because we have to. Dropping to the downside with Bitcoin, see? So remember, everyone is always like, oh, the dollar will drop and Bitcoin will pump. Yes and no, you know? People could be selling off BRICS, right? You know, to make a new coin for BRICS. People could be selling off the Japanese yen. What's interesting to see is euro dollar, which follows BTC, is euro dollar moving or not? Now that's where my expertise comes in. I'm able to kind of take the right charts and flip them together. It's more than just technical analysis. My mind can be like, well, if this chart's doing that and that chart's doing this, then we can take advantage of it. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at euro dollar. I'm expecting a bounce on the 2-week for euro dollar. Okay? Take advantage of this. So euro dollar is taking advantage of the move here, right? Pumping on the 1-hour time frame. And look, tight moving averages. Pump up to the 200 SMA. Look, there's the red right there. Gap in the VRVP. Everything that I teach, take advantage of this gap. Take the move. Make the gain. Okay? You got a bit of an ascending triangle formed, right? Let me see. I see. It's so fun when your brain sees this so fast. It doesn't take you long to kind of get down. But you'll get this flat top and this movement up, right? And that's your ascending triangle. It did break out. You have a resistance. You just got to break above that and flip it, and you're coming to this node 107, 891, right? Which is a nice pip for these degens on the Euro USD. And you guys probably traded it today. It looks like you got your 786 move. Look at it right here on the 1 hour. You pull your fib here to here, bang, 786 with the move to the upside. So I'm guaranteeing there's people in my group that are paid. They use the same move to get paid over and over again. All right. Join our leverage trading class and then learn how to exploit this move for even more and learn the math behind the leverage. Understand so much, man. If you're not in the trading group, you're playing games with yourself. Like you're just like, oh, this is where everyone gets opportunity and learns, but I don't want opportunity and I don't want to learn. Schools charge you, basically $1,500 to $3,600 for one credit, and you got to take multiple classes. It's like $7-8 grand a semester. Even at a community college, it's like $5 grand a semester. So the idea behind this is get an education that you can take anywhere in the world with an internet connection, okay? And be able to understand the markets, and one step at a time. Don't force it, and don't, one step at a time. And if you have a 4-year plan, that you're going to master this, then you're going to get there. But if you force yourself into saying that you're going to be a millionaire overnight and it's all going to happen today and by next week you're going to be out of the rat race and everything's going to be perfect, then you're likely going to fail. If you don't give yourself the time to learn, then you're not going to. Okay? This is an M pattern. This is a double top. That could likely bring you more downside. Overbought on the stochastics. When there's a dump, you know. Now, my weird algorithm says, no, you're going to continue to the 200 SMA. It like defies all, the algorithm that we play with here defies all logic. It's really weird. But we do still have to get above this high to remain even slightly bullish. Now you have the low, you have a slight higher low. You have a low, high, higher low, you would assume. So when this puts in the higher low, see, that would be the entry here because you'd have the higher low on the 21 SMA. And then boom. Pretty crazy though. We'll come back to this and we'll keep watching it. But this is when price action, we know when the move ends. You know, we got the move. We found the divergence. We're here again. If you're watching my channel, you're going to come to the same conclusion a lot of times between 10:30 and 11:15. You're going to see this. You're going to see us. We were doing this last week. I was taking pictures of this and showing it to my trading group because this is the algorithm to exploit. All right. This is what I found over years of trading to be true. Thoughts on this drop taking out the August low? No thoughts. Crazy. It's not good, you know, but I've already been talking about the weekly, you know, falling to the downside. So look, two nice green wicks there on the 21 SMA. You got to just get above this high now, and then you're going to be able to gap all the way up to 25,300. You got a double bottom here playing out, which is a bullish reversal. And that's why you look for the smaller time frame for a reversal. Now, if this just made, you know, and look, it did, I love it because it made a rising wedge, bear flag, broke down, but didn't make a lower low. That technically would be the perfect entry right there. V-shape, send it. So DXY dropping like we wanted it to. Beautiful. You know, this is exactly what we need long term. Who cares about the day to day? We need the DXY to get rejected here. We've talked about it for weeks. I've gone over it. The 1 hour is now overbought. We had the bearish div. We fall down. Look, when the 21 and the 200 get far apart, what happens? Price comes to where? The 200 SMA. That's what's happening right now to Bitcoin. It's pumping up to the 200 SMA. See this? This is Bitcoin on the 1 minute. Right here, you know. Now the only thing is you're repetitively you got to get over that high for this to play out. But you are still kind of holding the higher low. See, low, high, higher low, lower high. You got to hold the higher low there. POC drops. This is falling down to 24,850, and you basically can remain bearish until you get back above 25,200. There's really no reason to even open up a short because that would be your first area of a boom out. And look, that's what we just showed you on the NASDAQ that broke out. It's the ascending triangle. Look, this is just going to blow your mind. Ascending triangles are also 50-50 patterns. They can break up or down either way. Now that you breached, you're likely to fall. Now, I would keep the short going all the way to 24.8, you know. Especially if you can break this low, you're done for it. You know what I mean? Because that means you've taken out the low. And if you take out the low, and we just took out the low right there. Yup. That closes in 20 seconds. If it closes in 20 seconds with the low taken out, you're going to go further to the downside. Okay? That's a beautiful M pattern there. And you're just shorting the patterns away. And then you lost the POC volume area low. Right? Come to daddy. Come on. That's going to start to drop more than likely. Shout out to the 766 people on the live. Who's new on the live stream and never seen the lifer? All right. Sam is the most dedicated mentor in the game. He will help you boost your frequency, gain your edge of the market. He goes live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. with weekend updates and streams at 8 p.m. Thank you. Where are you looking for a swing low? Storage and BLZ still holding strong with the BTC drop. It's crazy, right? And I like to go to CoinMarketCap and just see if there's a coin that's up in the last hour. Optimism doesn't seem to care about Bitcoin. See that? SafePal still holding gains, up 10% on the week. We've been trading SafePal on and off. We gave the call on the weekly live stream about a week ago. Not last one, but the week before that one. And another coin, Solana, still kind of holding, but it did break that, lower than 19 now. Aptos and THETA. Funny. THETA, could it get back to its $20 a coin? I believe it will, and it can. It's weird you can't stream to THETA anymore. You seen that? Like, no more streaming to THETA. They're done. They're like, oh, thank you for everyone who participated, but that we weren't going to do. Like, I was like flabbergasted. I got an email from THETA that they don't stream. Like, I don't think we're on THETA anymore. THETA TV. They're like, thank you to everyone who streamed. We appreciate it. Our partner program, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, what? I'm still live right now on THETA TV, but I don't know how long it lasts. Or maybe you just, whoever got in. I don't know what's going on. But there I am on THETA TV. Program, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, what? It's not bad, too. It's pretty good quality for THETA. And shout out to everyone that hooked me up, gave me the key. You got to get a key. To stream on THETA, you got to know someone. Like, you got to get a stream key from the inside. Like, it's a whole thing. You can't, I'm telling you right now, go find your way to stream on THETA. It's like, it's insane how hard it is. And we figured it out on my channel. Like, we got it done. I mean, it hasn't done amazing things for us, but, it was just something that I did want to do. So there's the drop further to the downside. The algorithm did not play out because we couldn't get above the support and resistance. You made an M, and M's break to the downside, period. 68% of the time, this M is going to drop the length of the head to the neckline. Now you got a huge double bottom, and you defied the double bottom, which didn't play out either. Lost the POC. You're likely to continue to drop, and 25K is barely holding on now. Once we break 25K, we're going 24, 24.5. It's going to be a pretty fast drop. And we got liquidity waiting right here in the basket at 24.4, 24.3. It's going to be a fast drop, baby. Here it comes. Here it comes. Expected. It's going to be boom. And it's going to be a whip to the downside. Limit orders will get filled. Looks like it's going to be down and dirty. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, this is the channel I don't know why we're... Technical analysis. That's why. It works out so well. So if you just listen to what I teach, you'll be able to make money no matter which way the market goes, up or down. All right? Use the education. But then you have to manage emotions, and then you have to learn how to manage a trade. There's so much more going on, but you're going to get there, and it's going to take you some time, one step at a time, but you're going to get there. And I know you're all going to get there. Shout out to the 759 beautiful souls on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Just because you're all in panic watching the price action dump doesn't mean you can't hit the likes to the guy in the tie, baby. Shout out to everyone here. 333 likes. I like it. But let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. This ain't your average YouTube channel. Let's go, baby! Shout out to everybody here on the live. And there's the dump to the downside called by the lifer, falling below 24,000. And we got more liquidity down there. We want more, baby. We want more, and we can get more. And this short really from last night, just playing out beautifully to the downside. And I love Bitcoin. I don't like to be the bearer of bear news. I really don't, Eventually, you are going to pump back to this 200 SMA on one of these divergences. Now the divergence is even sharper. But again, we play the same game. If you can't get above this POC, expect more downside. And look, that was basically the measured move because it was the length of the base of the ascending triangle. You got it. Like, it's just crazy how this stuff plays out over and over again. Now I'll rework the pattern again and see if I see something else. And the key is to be able to do this fast and, without having to think about it. Just doing it. It just becomes second nature. All right? At the end of the day, it looks like a bear flag to me that's got more downside. period. Yeah, 24,800. Now you got the divergence, you're oversold. But again, you got a major, now you got resistance here. You can bring this up. Bounce, bounce. So Bitcoin has to get back above 25,068 to remain even slightly bullish. And then it's got to get back above this local area too. And we're just dissecting how to use small time frames to figure out where price action is likely going to go. Now you're looking for the bearish retest if it can't get back inside the pattern. Can't get back inside here, or the bearish retest at the point of control. Any of these areas further to the downside. False move Monday, but we had the move to the downside, and they really couldn't play us on that one. That's why TA works out no matter what. All right. So now what you need is a high. You need to break this high. You need to come out, make a higher low. And look, that will be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And then we can break back up to the 200 SMA if you really want to squeeze along. I'd be so happy with the short right now. Take your gains and have a great day. Like today was an amazing day for trading. Like so many gains should be posted in the Lifer Gains. I want to see those gains in the Lifer Gains today. Bang, bang, bang. And everyone, every single Sunday, Leverage Mastery, 12 p.m. Eastern with Grandmaster Friend. Become a leverage master. Stop losing trades. Understand the concepts behind leveraging in and out, using mitigation. Understand what mitigation even is. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, you'll absolutely love it. It's $150, but you'll get another, some extra mentoring sessions. I highly advise you understand support and resistance and Fibonacci. It's good to take my class first, be in the group for kind of, a couple weeks to get acclimated. But this is amazing. But if you already are a leverage trader, you've been trading for years, and you just came across us, me and my group, jump on in today. Join the trading group and then jump on into this class. It'll blow your mind. It is $250, but you will get like thousands of dollars worth of mentoring. I'm telling you right now, everyone who's taken it has so much to say about it. So, and ask your friends, ask around. I'm telling you right now, it'll blow your mind. I got a lot out of the class, and I've been trading for 15 years. Okay. Cool thing about France, and I wouldn't mind this actually, but they launched a certificate for finfluencers, including crypto. They introduced a non-obligatory responsible influence certificate for those promoting it. Amid the current pressure on so-called finfluencers who promote investment products in their blogs, France is taking a step towards outright licensing them. The country has introduced a non-obligatory responsible influence certificate. How hard it is to get, existed since 2022 when it first introduced by the ARPP. 1,000 French influencers have obtained it. Now the certificate will have a special course for financial influencers, advertising equities, bonds, exchange-traded funds, derivatives, and other investment products, including even wine. Crypto assets are also mentioned in the announcement. To pass it, influence in advertising, one would have to obtain a minimum of 75% correct answers to 25 multiple-choice questions. While the certificate doesn't hold the status of an obligatory legal document, so you have 25. It should be, it shouldn't be like the hardest thing in the world, but it should make it so people like are somewhat responsible individuals. You know what I mean? So. And so here you go again. You're getting the divergence. So divergence will kick in. Like I'm teaching you divergence, but when you're in a hard downtrend, the divergence will not get you back above this key areas of support and resistance. So like now you have this resistance. Bitcoin has to flip 25.2 to even be considered somewhat bullish, to even like have a dream of getting up to this 200 SMA and completing the algorithmic move. Okay. You did expect to bounce. You got the divergence. You were oversold in the stochastics. We got the bounce. Key area. Okay. The more you study this with me every day, the more you're going to learn. Who here is just loving these live streams with the Lifer, man? Because you learn so much when price action is moving. But, I can teach you all I want, but when the price action's moving, that's when you're moving. That's when we're moving. That's when together the kinetic energy is flying. We're making the connections. You're really able to subconsciously build. All right. There's something really key about learning when the price action's moving, okay? It's unbelievable, all right? Shout out to my team. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Durko Smirko. Shout out to Manas Gajura. Shout out to West Salvador. Shout out to Ayanko Petkov. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker, man, and everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. No place I'd rather be. We're here as much as possible just for being my man. take profit at 24,500. Yeah, it's very likely. Very likely. Look, bearish retest. Tried to get back inside. The trend, see that? Overbought now. Bitcoin has to flip 25.2 to be considered even somewhat bullish. Shout out to Magic Storyland. Hi, bro. We appreciate you, good sir. I appreciate you, good sir. Can we go all in, lifer? Shout out to CZ. I love you, CZ. We love you, man. CZ. CZ in the chat, man. I'm not naked. Shout out to me. Shout out to Bella Notes. We love you, Bella Notes. God bless you. Hello from Indonesia. Shout out to GF Burke. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on and getting that knowledge. 774 people on the live. The live is blowing up today, guys, and you're not hitting the likes, and we're still blowing up. Hit the likes, baby. Come on. Hit those likes, baby. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. This will be the greatest stream ever on earth. Up to 1,000 people on the live. Let's go. Let's go. First time I've seen you. What an amazing channel. I'm going to join your class. Ashley, I love it that there's someone new. And the second you see me, you feel the energy, you feel the love, you feel the positivity. Ashley, we love you. This one's for you, Ashley. OG out here making us money. Amen. I got you. I got you, baby. So look, shoulder, possible head, and a right shoulder. That would be an inverted head and shoulder beginning in the making. The key is to be faster than everybody else. That's what I'm going to teach you. I want to teach you how to believe in yourself because not everyone believes in themselves. Once you believe in yourself, then you believe what you learn. If you learn TA, you're going to believe in it because you believe in yourself. Oh, wow. So a true depth of self, a true knowledge of self will help you conquer almost every subject matter to a higher level of others. If you have true self-learning, like you really know yourself. And I guess we're all learning. We're all teaching ourselves. And Bruce Lee said it best, dude. To master oneself is to master the universe, man. You know what I mean? Sold already my crypto before FTX dump on the crypto market. I'm still gaining profits, my man. Shout out to Kishu Inu Power. So funny, man. So we could be possibly making a right shoulder here. But it is a low, a high, a low, a lower high, lower low coming, right? That's a downtrend. Now you see we're in like a lower, we're just... And you can see the key area, it's a bearish retest of this trend line here. But I'm open-minded, so I keep a right shoulder in case. You never know. Hey. But I would remain short because I would remain short unless you get above 25.2, right? It's likely you're going to hit our target at 24.8, and we got so much liquidity down here to the downside. Where do we like to trade? I would do all this trading on MEXC, trading MEXC futures. Join my Discord. We'll put out trades. Many times I'll put out an exact trade where I'm getting in, getting out, stuff like that. Not all the time, but I do it. All right. And then we also give you ideas, things to look at, all sorts of cool stuff to pay attention to. All right. Hey, Lifer, I'm up 24% on my account today with your help and teachings. Shout out to John Connor. God bless you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Don't give it back. Take the day off. Celebrate the win. Get yourself a little dinner. And then come back tomorrow with a fresh mind and a nice sleep. Do not overtrade once you're winning, everybody, please. Do not overtrade once you're winning. All right? Respect yourself. Pay yourself. Teach yourself. Preach. Help, don't win and then let the win blind you, get you all euphoric in your high, and then lose it all again. All right? We'll hit minimal 10K resistance. FTX 50 billion dumps incoming. So funny, man. Honestly, so back to the FTX idea. Solana is, so let's talk about this for a second and break it down. Aussie has some clarity too as well today. Aussie FinTech prays for crypto clarity as it launches Bitcoin-backed loans. Oh yeah, we looked at that earlier. That was an older one. I must have got that from the day before. Anyway, back inside the trading group. Something I wanted to point out here. Solana It's a 4-year vesting contract. It can't be sold yet. Others can, though, but it's unlikely they will dump the markets as they need to extract as much value as they can to pay off their debts. However, what if they see price going down even lower and they have to get out now before an even bigger sell-off? We want to see, the sell-off would be great. It would create the fear we needed to get lower prices. You can't just get lower prices just because you want them. You need events and you need movement. This could give us those lower prices that we're looking for. This could get us into the pocket. You know what I mean? This is key. So I see opportunity all the time. All the time. There's always opportunity. Flip the coin. Every day, just tell yourself, hey, how can I make an opportunity out of this? Right? And so we can learn how to short, and then we can short the market, right? So if I was watching crypto YouTube today and I was getting some, paranoid, I would say, was there anyone out there shorting? I would ask around. I would keep asking, and people say, well, the lifer was. I would find out who was doing the things when the things happened, and then I would start watching those people, right? And I'd begin to gain knowledge. Now, a possible shoulder head and a right shoulder that's very small, kind of like a lobster with a very tiny claw, like a tiny lobster claw, but still resistance, unable to get back inside the pattern, unable to get back above 25,200. Price action slowing down a little bit. You can see kind of getting a little tired, but gearing up for some more. We still have the liquidity further to the downside. All right. Any super chats, TA, or deep dive anyone wants me to go over, let me know. Let's get into the fan funding here and see what's happening. Thank you for becoming an exclusive lifer. Shout out to Ashley Potter. And what that does is just like a $4.99 that gives you, if I do exclusive charts or something, it's just like a way to support my channel. It doesn't give you access to my trading group. I just want to make that clear. My trading group is $99 a month. It's Discord, link in the description, and I put the link right here. It takes you to a Me6 bot. You can also go to cryptolifer.com, which we are over, we're doing an overhaul, but the back end will still be strong. But you can always go to cryptolifer.com and you can join the Crypto Lifer community today. Open enrollment for September. Jump in on right now. You can pay with Stripe, with your credit card, and it is a reoccurring payment, so you don't have to worry about it, and it'll keep you in the group until you're ready to leave. You can always email our customer service, which is my wife and basically Jamie security over at Discord, and one of them can kind of send you to the other. You'll figure it out, but they'll make sure you can cancel if you ever need to. Most people don't. They love staying in the group. We have a great success rate of people that join the group because they like the energy, they like the vibes, and they like the teaching that they get inside of the trading group. So we could redesign it here. Are you making something like this? There's the shoulder, there's the head, there's kind of a right shoulder. Still not amazing. If Bitcoin can't get back above 25,200, expect more downside. Simple as that. And it almost looks like it's about to roll over right now. Some type of symmetrical triangle here. Here's a shoulder head. I guess that's the right shoulder though. And then we could pump up to the 200 SMA. Technically, once you see a divergence, price action likes to move above the 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and then hit the 200 SMA. And it's a quick cool little scalp that we play. And I'm teaching my students this after a massive dump and liquidation. Even if you're not terribly bullish back on the way up, this tends to play out, and you get this move to the 200 SMA. And so we're just looking, but we need to break this previous high here for the trend to even be considered, right? So far, it's okay. 2155 says we can probably likely get to 25,200. So anything is on the board, we'll see. And I just want to say thank you to Lord for bringing all these beautiful people to my live stream today. Thank you to everyone who was educated and learned. It's amazing, and I really appreciate it. I don't expect anything but love in return, and I appreciate you all for being here. So thank you for the support, the comments, and the people that fan funded again. Let's look at that fan funding. Jason Simmons started it off. God bless you. Sniper Paul, thank you so much for BLZ. And Crypto Fever, thank you so much for the moment of silence for 9/11, man. That was awesome. And Ashley Potter, I appreciate you. God bless everybody that is always here to support me. I really, 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 it means the world to me. Thank you so much. I'm done talking about that because you guys want to hear about the charts. You don't want to hear me run my mouth about. But I do push gratitude and love. I push gratitude and love. It's the highest frequency in the world. And through that's how it makes the world go round, man. So. And see people making gains in the short, $450, 76%, 65x on the leverage to the downside. Beautiful short, man. Beautiful short. and the shorts have been paying. And you got to learn how to trade the market both ways to take advantage of the market. Otherwise, you just see price going down, and it'll get you. It'll get you. It'll get you. We gave you key levels on the bigger time frames. We looked at Euro USD. We looked at the DXY. And one thing we're also going to, and we looked at the NQ as well. We'll also take a look at US tether dominance, all right, which says, hey, if that's going to start gassing up, it means people are going to sell off Bitcoin. Interesting. Yeah, I was about to say this thing is upside down. So wow, look at tether dominance breaking out. Let's talk about this now. So first you see a bunch of squiggly lines, you're confused, you're like, whoa, lifer, that's too much. And I'm like, all right, let me calm you down. Here's a low at $5.66. Here's a high at $9.38. All right. You've been going up and, oh wow, that's on percentage? No. Why is that on? That's weird. Yeah, I guess that, oh yeah, it is percentage. Sorry, it's the percentage of the market because that's USD tether. Yeah. So anyway, here's your low 648 back to 840, and you've been channeling up and down, up and down, up and down. Now we want to see tether dominance begin to lose dominance, right? Because people are selling off and holding Bitcoin. So we want to see tether dominance begin to drop. So I gave you the bigger picture. Now we can kind of zoom in and you know where you're at, right? But wow, tether dominance would break out. And look, inverted head and shoulder. I mean, if I just read the charts, look at the charts. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the upside. Bang, right? Unbelievable. Now, it could be a bear trap, you know, a bull trap, and we break back inside. That's what we really want to see. And how do we know? We'll watch the smaller time frames, slap on the moving averages again, and, you know, price action will fall with the 21-day moving average. So the 21 will follow this green candle, and we'll see where we go from there. All right. Shout out to everybody here. Remember, I teach class the last Saturday of every month. Please jump into this class. I sit for 3 hours from 9 to 12, and I give you my soul. I'm telling you, I give you a PowerPoint. You get a recording of the class you get to take home. Because if you want, you probably want to trade leverage and get into some interesting stuff, and you want to take Master Friend's class, and you want to extend yourself to another level, and you know there's even more traders doing more things in my trading group. You want to get to the next level. But you got to start at the beginning stages. We got to give you, you know, and even if you're that class starts beginner, but by the end of the class, I am showing you special sauce and I'm showing you how I accumulated Bitcoin in the long term, how it played out over time, and I'm just teaching you so many things. So look for tether dominance to come back down here. All right, retrace a little bit, give Bitcoin a little bit of relief. Looks like 25K possibly could hold off, but we shall see. There's a chance we still pump. The smaller time frames really will dictate it, but like we might get a pump up a little more, and then. But this flag is going to happen, whether it happens up here, somewhere around. And if that flags out, touches the 21, and we can continue, that's going to spell some trouble for Bitcoin, all right? For sure. Like, it's not going to be the best look. And we're not dancing for diamonds over here. What's going on? And here, Bitcoin making a symmetrical triangle. They break down more than they break up, right? You could attempt to call this a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, a complex inverted head and shoulder. It's attempting to make a reversal pattern back to the upside for Bitcoin. You guys seeing so much more about price action than you've ever. Do you ever get the realization like it's a washover, and then you're like, oh my God, I see so much more than I saw before. I never saw this. It blows your mind, and I call it like a subconscious mind flip. And then you're on another level when it comes to trading. And you see things you never saw before. It's amazing when it happens because you've been watching it for so long, but your mind hasn't put the pattern together yet. So look, pretty easy here on the 1 minute. You just want to see Bitcoin get back above this point of control. All right. You know, get above some moving averages, and it's going to slowly get back up to the 200, and it's going to make this, you know, and that's going to be a slow bleeding long that's likely to play out once you get above this red line. Now, if you don't and you trip out, you're going down to my target. So this red line is really your key. All right. And then if you use that one, then you're very likely going. And my target is 24,750 for Bitcoin. All right. We called the short today on the channel. It happened to play it out right in front of you. If you go back in time here, I found a descending triangle. And to most people, it's just squiggly lines. I knew it was a descending triangle. I know these break out more, you know. And like Google's your friend, pattern sheet in trading, hit images. And literally, like, with this pattern sheet right here, I was able to figure this out. Like, I kept this on my desk for years, right? And right there is your descending triangle in the middle. And honestly, it says it's a 50-50 pattern, bilateral, but the descending triangle breaks down so much more than it breaks out. It breaks down. It's a bearish pattern. I see it break down all the time, right? So once I saw it, I knew that my channel's entire integrity would be safe if I put out a short, because there was a high likelihood, there's a 70% chance I was going to be correct. See, everyone thinks I'm a genius and I'm correct. And I'm not a genius. I just studied a data set that has a 78% likelihood of playing out, and I show it all the time. So if you come to my channel 30 days a week, 100 days a year, whatever it is, or, 365 days a year, but if you come to my channel more often than not, you're going to see that I'm correct more often than not, because technical analysis plays out more often than not. Now, people think I'm a genius because most people just don't have the time and the discipline to focus on what I focused on. So they think I'm that smart. I'm really not that smart. I'm just someone that took the same information and drilled it into my head over time. That's all. The only thing that makes me intelligent is my ability to be disciplined. Like, you know what I mean? Honestly, and to do the same thing on a daily basis, and to study people that are smarter than me and that were more successful than me. So study. I studied anyone that had more than me on YouTube, from Scaramucci to Grant Cardone to Gary Cardone to Robert Kiyosaki, right? I mean, you name it. All of there's a whole area of finance and wealth. There's a concentrated area of finance and wealth, education and books. And that whole area I'm just enthralled in. I've been enthralled in my whole life. It's like since I was young, I thought it was amazing. Ever since my elementary school in 6th grade told us to pick stocks, 6 stocks, and track them. All right. And they want us to track the stocks. So here's the deal. Symmetrical triangles mostly break to the downside. So I'm telling you right now, very likely you're going to get a drop down. Very likely. You're also losing that POC. But we shall see. You're low on the stochastic. Can you hold? This almost has like a shoulder, head, and a shoulder vibe to it too. Now, smart money's taking money out the short already, right? Like, moving on with the day, right? Going to take a walk with the dog. Put that money away. Like, the trade of the day is played out. Like, we made our money for the day. That was a beautiful move, okay? I see $400 gains in the trading group right now, and it didn't take a lot. Like, let me show you how this gentleman did it. He used 65x leverage, right? Which put him, his stop loss was perfectly where we were here, right? He used about, it looks about $600 because he made 450 because 150 times 4 is $600. He put $600 in the trade and he took his profit, right? And he wasn't greedy either. He took his profit at 25,362. He would have even more paid, right? But he wasn't greedy and he made $450 in the day. After taxes, he made $300 in the day. I mean, that's depending on his tax bracket, right? Again, I'm not a CPA, but to me, that's unbelievable, right? I used to have to get up, go to work, pay money to travel to work to make that same amount of money. So that's why I believe trading is really the key and can get you to other places that you never thought in life because it gives you the time back. Now, yes, you're going to spend a lot more time grinding and looking at the charts and just learning, but you'll be learning for yourself. You'll be putting that effort into yourself. You ever sit there at work and they give you a task? I used to be a task. Like they gave me a task at work to input footage. a new camera would come in. I'd have to research the new camera, find out the codec. And yeah, I was into that stuff. So I always worked the things I was into. So I was like, I would have researched this anyway. And it keeps me kind of, I'm a tech guy, researching tech. But I was smart. I always wanted to, I did get to work in things that I was interested in. I was never going to, I went to school for film and I was going to stay in film, right? If you breach this $200 level, or I guess you call it $155, then you come for $25, $220, boom. You'll likely come up to the 200 SMA. The battle. 50-50 pattern on the symmetrical. Either you're breaking up to the 200 or you're breaking down to 25,750. If you can't get above 25,150, expect more downside. If you can't get above 25,2, you expect more downside. And only time will tell. Shout out to the chat. How's everybody doing in the chat? And every single day here, we also give you the news that's researched by my team and, hyper-focused to give you guys the most information humanly possible. So let's break it down. So just to kind of quell all the rumors here, do I believe there's going to be a massive sell-off for FTX? I believe no. I believe even the biggest asset here, as you see, has to be vested, and I don't believe we'll be able to be sold off that easily. All right? But only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right? Remember, go to CryptoLifer.com. If you want to sign up through the website, it's awesome. And check out the new website. We're going to have a new website up and running not too long from now. It'll blow your mind. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind. So I can't wait to see you guys at the new website. And we should be up by the Friday, I believe. But Sushi announces expansion to Aptos blockchain. Sushi will be operating its decentralized exchange on the Aptos blockchain. It's pretty awesome, right? And Aptos getting more looks. Aptos does have a big unlock, which tells me, but maybe they also have more use cases that could balance out some of the unlock, especially if they get themselves on more and more chains. So, ETH least love asset as crypto funds see further 59 million in outflows. Ether investment products witnessed outflows of 48 million last week, pushing year-to-date outflows to 108 million to become the least loved digital asset among the ETP investors this year, according to CoinShares. I mean, ETH charges a lot of fees, man. Bank for International Settlements calls for blockchain-based sustainable finance solutions. The Bank for International Settlements has announced a COP28 initiative called on developers to find blockchain-based solutions for sustainable finance. I mean, we have them. Just start working with the regulators and you would have had it by now. It would have been brought to the table. Hack of Vitalik Buterin's X account leads to 691,000 stolen. Almost 3/4 of stolen assets were in the form of NFTs. Hackers who took control of Vitalian Buteric's X account have stolen more than 691,000 after posting malicious phishing link to gain access to people's wallets. Yeah, I mean, you can see it pretty easily. Whenever someone's giving something away on Twitter, stay away. That's the only thing. I love Twitter, and Twitter's great, but that's the only thing I do see. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll see something trending. Let's just say like Coinbase, right? And I'll hit Coinbase. And what will happen is it's all scams. Look, USD distribution's live now, right? Anyname.eth, like, and what we'll do is they'll just put Coinbase in there, see? And so Coinbase airdrop, Cyber Connect, reward now, wallets, claim your wallets. And maybe it is, but I mean, I'd rather miss out on an airdrop. Either you use the service and you'll get the airdrop and you'll know. You'll be part of the Telegram. So like you join Arbitrum, you join the Arbitrum Telegram, okay? And then, they're like, oh, did you guys get the airdrop? And you check your wallet for the airdrop, right? Anything else is just ridiculous, all right? Anything else is ridiculous. So like, look at all this. This is all horrible stuff. So just be careful. And it can be easy, right? Your baby could click on this stuff, right? Anything could happen. I get it. Just, keep your computer out of your baby's hands. But 17,700 followers on our way to 20,000. I appreciate it. I don't know why Drew Barrymore is trending, but I hope she's all right. She was always funny as a kid, and who knows what's going on there, though. Scared to open my mouth anytime. You never know what someone said. Common Guy Vitalik doing a free airdrop on Twitter. How does that not sound like a scam? Yeah. And that's the news for the day, everybody. My name's Samuel James Price. Every single day, I give you the news here on YouTube, and I try to make it a 3 to 5. My name's Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer, and I have a YouTube channel every single day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. with quick updates on the weekend mornings. And what I do is I also go over the news during that live stream to give you 3 to 5 minute news segment to just keep you up to date so you know what's happening in the markets, fintech, Web3, and more. Thank you so much for watching that news segment. I greatly appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with more news for you. All right, cool. One Take Sammy at it again. Click no link. Don't be greedy. You will pay for it. I know, right? Can you pay for the 99 in crypto? You can. Email cryptolifers@gmail.com. My wife will take you into the customer service process, and you'll be able to send cryptocurrency to a wallet, which she will then verify, and you will be put inside the trading group. She will then hit you up a month from then to remind you, or you'll probably get kicked out by a bot, and then you'll either contact us again, or you could pay for 3 months for $270. A lot of crypto people like to pay. We like to take $270 for crypto. That way you're in for 3 months. We don't have to bother you. You don't have to be bothered, and you really get the most out of the trading group. We take $330 if you want to join the trading group. And you know what? Today we'll do something cool. If you want to pay in cryptocurrency, you can join in 3 months. All right, pay in cryptocurrency for $300. Right? Today, if you pay in cryptocurrency for $300, and we'll also take PayPal, but $300, you join the trading group for 3 months, and we'll give you my course for $30. I'm basically giving it away. I want people to be as educated as possible, and I know I can help you. So many people learn so much. All right. Final flush out before the rally. It's finally taking out the local range lows. You kind of needed to take that wick out. We wanted to see that wick being taken out, right? I'm going to look at Bitcoin in another sense here and a bigger, just bigger idea. So I got my Kraken chart. I never have to worry now. I have my big levels on Kraken. So yeah, the 2-week chart starting to get oversold here. Sorry, oversold. And we're seeing somewhat of this going on, right? And if we hit the bottom here, this would end up being a falling wedge. And it would make sense to me, right? Come down, maybe possibly hit the 200 SMA. We could pull a fib here and come to the 786 fib on a wick, possibly to 19,000. Very likelihood, there's a chance. And we just consolidate nicely and tightly into the zone. Am I selling my $19,000 Bitcoin? No, I am not. All right. Am I selling all of it? No, I'm not selling any. I don't sell Bitcoin. That's the key. The key is not to sell BTC. All right. Rewatched my course yesterday. Bitcoin was at 16K. Take advantage of everything that 19 has to offer. Your future self will thank you. Rewatched my course yesterday at 16K. Isn't that crazy, you guys? Some people took the course at 16,000. And I was talking probably about how we likely may have hit a bottom. And bam. It's like so much has played out so far. And again, we have resistance and resistance here on the 2-week chart right there and right there. We have strong support at 23.8. No reason to think we won't just go right to 20,009. We have some big bars of support there. So we're just simply retesting support too at the present moment in time. It's not the worst thing in the world. And we'll see what happens. We'll take it one step at a time. So far, you're just, you're hanging on here. And price action has slowed down. For a Monday, it's interesting. It's gotten pretty quiet. They flattened it out. They're waiting to see who takes the position more. That's what other people don't realize. They think price action is going to do what it wants. It's watching to see what everyone else does. All right. Let's take a look at our 15. 15-minute wants to bounce after the major dumpage. And that was, look, stochastics were high in the 15-minute. That would have just taken you down. And then you get out when the Stokes got low. Stochastics are amazing. Stochastics RSI, sorry. Unbelievable indicator. 7-minute says we're going to dump further down. And get ready for a bigger dump. So 7-minute says we go down, baby, down. And we're headed down to about 24,760. So 7-minute says more down, more pain. And a lot of people said, oh, it's too late to short. But watch that smaller time frame. And we got the liquidity on BOOKMAP. Link in the description below to BOOKMAP. All right. Also, I'm all about long-term. I'm not about, as we do look at the 1 minute and look at smaller time frames, you can see I'm also looking at the 2-week and the 1 week and the monthly. And I've been in Bitcoin since 2016, and I'm a long-term guy. 14-year plan for Bitcoin to see where it happens over time, right? And as the years go by, it gets easier and easier to become a long-term hodler for Bitcoin. But if you're going to long-term hodl, ITrust Capital is a great way to do it. If you have an IRA or Roth IRA, you could transfer what you have today. So say you do diligently have been putting money in there and you finally have a good pile. You could, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want. I'm just giving you the option from ITrust Capital, but you could be able to roll that IRA into a crypto, gold, silver IRA, and think about the, the maneuverability there that you might have. You could also buy and sell cryptocurrencies inside of that. They have an exchange, right? You could buy Shiba Inu. And they have a bunch of different exchanges on there that'll blow your mind. I really like the user base. I like ITrust Capital. I like the way the website looks. I like everything about ITrust Capital, honestly. I like the colors they use, right? The partners, how it works. I mean, and look at their markets. They got amazing markets. They got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano. They even have Shiba Inu. They don't have tons of markets. They don't need to. I don't want them to have too many, but they have the basics and some cool little sprinkles on the outside. So I like what the options that they have. And imagine if Shiba went up 10x. And so you put a half a BTC in there, and then you were able to sell it, and you ended up with, you ended up with 5 Bitcoins, and you flip it back into Bitcoin, tax-free inside of the account. I'm pretty much correct. So that blows my mind. And then take it out when you're older, depending on the IRA you have, and you're going to be ready. You're going to be pretty set. So ITrust Capital, blow your mind. Link in the description, QR code. Also, there's the link right there. ITrust Capital will blow your mind. At least hit the link and find out about it. I'm telling you right now, you can't do this anywhere else. And they support the channel. They do sponsor the channel, a big sponsor of the channel. And I really appreciate ITrust Capital. And I don't shill things that I don't use and that I don't appreciate. So I appreciate them, and I love what they do. And I like that they give you that option at ITrust. So there's the bump. And just the algorithm says that the 1 minute will get to this 200 SMA. I don't know why, especially once you get above this. And I know the 7 minute looks bearish, but let's see what this 1 minute can do. Smaller time frames will confirm. The 7 minute looks like we're going to dump hard. So whenever I've seen the 7 minute like that, but we'll just wait for confirmation on the smaller time frames. But the 7 minute to me says a big dump is coming to the downside. 7 minute too, we don't have to be in the trade too long on that 7 minute time frame. Another reason why I really like MEXC too, and I was looking at JOYSTREAM this morning on spot, 0 spot maker and taker fees, right? So I do bring it up. I do like it. I am an affiliate, but there's a reason. I like MEXC and I like what they do, and I'm a fan. So if you see me taking this futures account, we're taking it to $1,000 from $300. It's been a battle, up to 540 right now. All right, made some amazing trades, made some impulsive moves in the middle of the night that I shouldn't have done, which have taken it down every once in a while. But this is the challenge. Yesterday I had a beautiful trade too. So what I'm looking at now is I possibly may take this short. I'm just watching the smaller time frames. They're confirming that you're not able to get above 25,167. So now you have resistance there. So that's a good short, a resistance short in my humble opinion. And the 7 minute looks really bad. So as I jump on out of here, I'm going to be jumping into a short more than likely for myself here. Yeah. Make sure I'm not too extended. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope I answered everything. I didn't get a lot of super chat today, which is great. It's when Bitcoin dumps, people are really focused on Bitcoin, so I appreciate that. Jay Simmons, Sniper Paul, Crypto Fever, Ashley Potter, and everyone out here, thank you so much for the fan funding. Thank you so much for the love. Everyone, I'm out of here for the day. We're kind of stuck where Bitcoin was at. I still remain short if you can't get above 25,160 and 25,270. When these get tight, you're looking to pump. But if they keep getting tight and the 21 pushes down, and right now the 7 minute is getting overbought and wants to roll over on you, suggesting that we do go further to the downside out of this symmetrical triangle. My measured move would take us to 24,750. All right. And yeah, we'll stick to that to the next move. So everyone, that's my fast down and dirty update for Bitcoin. I appreciate everyone for being here. The show went by so fast today. I greatly appreciate it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. Stay hydrated. Let's drink some more water. Focus, stay disciplined. You can, you will, you are the best. Watch the smaller time frames. If we break back above this level, it will negate the short. These two levels need to be broken through, okay? So it's boring, but that's watching price action for confirmation. And just keep readjusting the channels on the smaller time frames because they change. Everyone, thank you for being here. I love you all. If you want to learn more, please email cryptolifers@gmail.com. If you want to jump into the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com and join through the website. All right? I love you all. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for a beautiful live stream. God bless you, and thank you for everything. Gratitude is the attitude, too. I want to push that so much. Being grateful for everything in life raises your frequency, and then you get more in your life. You get more abundance. More comes your way. So raise that frequency. Keep the abundance high. Keep the adrenaline high. Keep the love high. Love is the best. You can't be in hate when you live in love. You can't be in confusion. Love is great. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay dedicated. And I'll see you all tomorrow on another beautiful live stream. Thank you so much. God bless. Gratitude is the attitude. Remember that. It's the abundance generator.